We're live? Cool.
Well, I'm Kyle Van Meter.
And I'm JH, and together
We are the Round Barns Podcast.
Barn Podcast, yep.
If we can keep this straight for the next 5 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, hopefully. I had a big night last night with all the tornadoes and crap coming through. My God, it sounds like Bourbon got pretty hit.
Oh, Bourbon, Culver, and poor folks up there in Indianapolis area.
Yeah.
It's not good. I haven't heard of any fatalities. Hopefully, we don't have any.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, now everything's flooded out, so it doesn't matter because that half-inch rain they were calling for, I think, turned into 3
It's the good news is not much fire hazard. So,
this week.
yeah, this week. Next week, it'll be something else. So cool. Let's see. Last month at Fulton County Historic Society, we were more focused on the health of our director than really anything else, but she came through with, 6 stints?
I got, 6 stints, and hopefully we get her up and going. And
Yep, working on improving, so that's good. Upcoming, we've got, the weekend of the 12th and 13th, we've got a work weekend. And as part of the new B&G process, we've got it focused to, a guardrail at the depot?
yeah, the old train depot needs a guardrail hung up. Since Josh DeSonia of the Scouts got it all repainted, and I see he's got the door done now.
Awesome.
So we can put the steel guardrail up, and it's going to take a few people to hang on to that while people mark for holes. Then
Gotcha. How many bodies do you think we need for that to make that happen? 3 or 4? Or
if we have four people to help Larry or Joe,
we should be good.
that should work. And the old ceiling fell in on the dentist office, and we've got the plywood to put in there. We just need a few hands to help hold it in place and get it screwed up there, and we'll be ready to rock and roll in there.
Awesome. So that'll bring 2 buildings back into use that we really haven't had use of for quite a while.
Well, I don't know about the depot yet because I need to get in there and get it swept since it's been so crummy looking. Nobody's opened it in the last year and a half, and it needs swept out.
Okay, so we're going to move from the cleanup on the outside to cleanup on the inside.
Yeah, clean up on the inside. And don't forget that the 12th, which would be the second Saturday of the month, is also Blacksmith Saturday.
Oh, sweet, yeah.
So if anybody wants to go out there and learn how to blacksmith, I know the guys would be more than willing to have you out there.
Yeah, the IBA guys are fantastic to work with. I've really enjoyed them.
And then the Fulton County Coon Hunters on Sunday will be having a turkey shoot out at Lighters Ford at the Coon Hunters Club on 700 West.
Awesome.
It's warming up, and people are starting to venture back outside again and
Good.
look like a bunch of albino zombies coming out from underneath the big heavy covers.
Yeah, Germanic stock in winter tends to lighten the skin. So
Then-
cool. And then last weekend of the month, we've got Redbud.
Oh, yeah. Big redbud.
So hoping for
Guaranteed-
good weather.
Guaranteed to snow, rain, sleet, have high winds, or something. It is a guarantee one day.
Well, this might be our year for good weather.
Now, we had really good weather last year. I ain't holding my breath on it happening twice.
Okay, got a point. No,
But,
and
and that's held right
Excuse
up
me.
there at the Living History Village.
there's the main village. Yeah. I know we're bringing at least one of the cannons out to go ahead and do a cannon demo. Horse program, we had some staffing issues among the riders that makes it so they're not going to be able to ride there at Redbud to demo. But they will be at Bannack the weekend following up at Potawatomi Wildlife Park, so you can see them up there. But yeah, so we'll have musket stuff. Sounds like the 4th is coming in. I still haven't heard back from the 42nd if they're going to come in and knock the rust off.
It'd be entertaining to get them in there, and never know if the Civil War guys are going to show up or not.
Yeah.
That depends on their staffing and what the weather's calling for.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, we'll have the ham and beans and beef stew, buffalo burgers. I'm gonna have some of the other vendors from Trail in there. It's just the opening run for the rendezvous season.
Yeah, get the season going. So the last thing I got on my list over here, I don't know what else you've got on yours, the new signs that you've shown me that the guys
Oh.
here from the high school have put together.
Yeah.
Where's our little mousy gal? She's not even here today.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Alyssa is graduated early.
She's gone?
She's gone.
No.
Oh, what the shit.
That's,
Oh,
yeah, shit. Okay.
well, so much
Well,
for
we've got-
graphic design.
She's done some excellent graphic design work for us for setting up new marketing signage for Redbud and for Trail. And we've begun posting those around the community, around the county. So you'll start seeing those show up. And those are slick. They're really slick. It's a bummer good for her, but crap.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what being smart and being able to do that is like.
Yeah, yeah. Brenda, so you got someone else lined up behind her for us?
Way to put me on the spot, guys.
No problem. No pressure. You got this.
Welcome.
We're working towards a couple interns for next year to
Good.
keep it going.
Safe
Well,
answer. Safe answer.
You still got 8 weeks this year.
We got me.
Oh, dick move.
Yeah, we got Damien gone. We'll be all right.
We got me. We're gonna make it happen. I might make a couple class projects, so we might have a couple classes in a couple days.
Awesome.
Yeah, that'll work.
We'll be all right.
Awesome.
And got to get the kids started somewhere.
True. But yeah, so be watching because you'll see the new signage popping up, and it won't look like really anything we've done before because it's not.
And then, we're still hoping to have our veterans event out at the Tom Boss Center,
Yes.
and that'll be exciting to see. Hopefully, people come out and see that.
Yeah.
Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, that's definitely worth it. That's an amazing, amazing facility. And then jumping on, is it July or August? We have the new Round Barn
Don't put the cart before the horse.
Days thing program.
We got the 31st of May, which would be the weekend after Memorial Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And the 1st of June, we're having the camp out there at
Go to the camp out at
FCHS.
at the park, but I'm talking about the new Round Barn thing.
just we're
Okay,
working on
okay.
it.
Keep meticulously moving through the schedule.
'cause-
June. Okay, what's after that?
Well, then you got Father's Day weekends, the tractor show.
Okay, what's after that?
Now we're to Round Barn Day.
Now the Round Barn thing. Cool. So, Kyle, you've been working on some special stuff for this that I'm personally excited by.
Weren't we going to do something in July?
I don't remember. I'm not concerned. So that's this. You're getting some
If
neat
your eyes
stuff,
got
neat
any
crap
bigger,
going.
they'd pop out of your head.
Well, this is exciting. What you've been working on. So share with these people.
Well, I've been a hold of Bachelor Road, 350 South, Charlie Hawkins,
which so far sounds
and-
like directions to somebody's farm.
and Andy Bowers, which are all different bands. So as of right now, I have all day music lined up for August 9th and 10th.
Sweet.
All day live music. We'll be having gospel music. I've talked to my
All
cousins.
day Saturday?
Well, just
Oh, Sunday morning?
Sunday morning.
Okay. So the groups on Saturday, what kind of music are they playing?
I have gotten everywhere from Hank Williams to Alice Cooper.
Oh, fun.
So, and that is pretty much every band I have right now lined up will be covering a broad genre.
Outstanding. And so then Sunday, you've got gospel for
I've
the
got
morning, and then what?
gospel in the morning, and then for the Round Barn Cruise In, we have the Bachelor Road, which they originated right there on Bachelor Road, about 1.5 miles, 2 miles from the museum.
That's why they sound like directions. Okay.
And they're all local bands,
Sweet.
and it'll be interesting to see the turnout. And then I've got a hold of half a dozen food trucks, and
I was going to ask what the food options were going to be.
they're
How
all
we're doing that.
Well, right now I've contacted Dick's Taco Trailer from the little restaurant out here on the north edge of town, see if they want to come out. Got a hold of an elephant ear stand, and they're going to double check their schedule. Because you can't have any type of festival or anything until you have elephant ears.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I've contacted Round Barn Creamery to see if they can bring their big trailer in with enough ice cream to cause Ben and Jerry to look our direction.
Nice.
And I've already gotten confirmation from the Delicious Depot that have fried veggies and hamburgers, French fries, and all kinds of different tasty treats.
So
they show up.
fried veggies.
Well, at our
So it's
size,
redneck vegans.
that's about right.
That's
Now,
awesome.
Hey, you got to get the vegetables where you can get them.
Well, as long as it's like vegetable oil that they're deep frying it in, that should
would
keep
prefer
it
lard,
vegan.
but hey.
Oh, so would I. But yeah, but that's not vegan. We gotta help the vegans.
Well,
we
you
gotta
know-
reach out. We're an inclusive community.
Well, you're also making it real hard for me to not start telling jokes right now.
You know, that's cool. Let's keep rolling.
So, yeah, we're looking at having Round Barn Cruise In on Sunday, August 10th. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to try contacting local trucking companies. I'm going to see if I can't get a hold of Metzger's from Warsaw, and they could possibly bring in the Liberty Bell.
Oh, that'd be fun.
And if you've got a hot rod, something that never sees the light of day and has rubber tires, it's welcome.
I think two questions I've got. One is, can we get the little truck in the round barn out for that? Make that kind of its debut.
I have talked to a gentleman from the tractor club, and he's going to try working on it to see if we can't get it running.
Sweet. And then the second question, what's it take to get like the Purdue little engine thing up here?
I don't know.
Well, you're the president. You're supposed to know this stuff.
I don't know.
Okay.
Let's get a hold of Jana Vance, because, you know, she seems to know everything.
Well, her son's been helping with it, so
Yeah. Hey, he ought to know how to get it up here.
yeah. Yeah, stay tuned. This could be fun. We're just honestly, folks, when we came up with the idea for the Round Barn Festival days, whatever the heck it is, it's not
Round Barn
not
Days.
festival days. When we came up with the idea, it became one of those. Let's just kind of screw around and see what we can make. You know, this is because it's bringing all these different pieces together from the community. We're trying to celebrate the community.
And I've got vendors that are already contacting me because I've kind of started putting the word out, and they're contacting me. I know people that are already making decorative wreaths.
Awesome. Yeah, and this is something where we're not bound by the historic, timelines and that. So if you've got, if you're your local, regional, whatever, and you've got something you're producing that you'd like to put out, get a hold of us. Let us know. We'll get you out there.
Yeah, arts and crafts, have at it. I'm not picky. I'll take about anything.
Chainmail bikinis. That's what I'm looking for.
That would be interesting.
I don't know if we've got any makers nearby, but if you make chainmail underwear, please let us know. Okay, let me know so we can get you in.
And we have taken the turn off the cliff. They used to just call it a chastity belt.
Chastity belt. No, not those are like actual worked steel or worked iron. The chainmail is actually chainmail.
Well, I know what chainmail is.
Yeah, it pinches on bare skin, but
Yeah. Well, I thought that was what the wife drug you around with, and that she just chained the mail. Just lead you around because the wife's always right.
No, that's just a lead line. It's
Oh.
and
Yeah,
we'll
sorry
cut that
about
one
that
off
one.
there. We went a little bit further than it intended. My bad.
The hell you mean this is live?
Yeah, they told us up front this one's live, so we're like, we must behave. We must try
We're
to behave.
trying.
So
And
anyway,
we're, you know, Larry and Joe have been out there cutting wood and
I've
trying
got
to get that handled.
Splitter should be in here in like 2 weeks, so we can start
And
using
I've
that.
contacted a gentleman about getting railroad ties. He's given us a special rate, and I'm going to try to get the equipment that's up tight to the round barn that you about got to be a billy goat to climb up there and see. I want to get it brought down, work on that over the summer. So if anybody's willing to do any type of landscaping or helping, we're always willing to have anybody, really.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool because that's that equipment's been sitting there rusting, and to get that stuff cleaned up and operational even would just be amazing.
Well, operational is one thing. Having it to where people can see it's another. You know. when
Well,
it's-
yeah, I mean,
when
if we
it's
get it
got
back,
80
get it-
years
get
of
it-
rust on it.
Well, it takes a little work.
Hell, nothing a gas axe can't fix.
But if we can get that stuff back up, because that's something that we've got the room, we could actually demonstrate down the road. But I'm jumping about 3 steps forward. So right now it's just if we can get it so it's presentable and we can do something with it.
Yeah, because there are still some people in the community that have farmed with that equipment. Mm-hmm. I know. I've had to do it. And grandfather insisted, boy, you need to learn how to do it the hard way so you can appreciate the easy way. But yeah, it's, we're getting close to Easter. That's here in a couple weeks. So you're going to have to get your gardens ready because you got to plant your taters on Good Friday. There's the old wives' tale goes.
I got a call from my daughter this morning informing me that she'd already planted a bunch of stuff for me down
Yeah,
there
but
in
that's in
Athens.
Tennessee.
And she's going to bring it back for me so we can transplant it up here.
Yeah, but
But she's got the green thumb. I've got a black thumb. It's like I deal with stuff with chainsaws.
I'll keep my commentary to myself.
No problem.
But yeah, if anybody wants to help out on what date was that? The 12th and the
12th.
13th?
Yep.
Or if you want to go out and be a hammer swinger in the blacksmith shop.
Well,
They-
we've got some big stuff. I know. I was talking with Joe about the stage, and we should be getting a listing soon of parts needed. And he was saying that with doesn't take a very big crew, we should be able to go in one day, pull the old stage apart, and the next day put it back together. And we need that for trail badly, so we don't have anybody go through the stage. Although that could make great video. That's not something we want to have happen.
I'd rather not have that.
Yeah.
I'd rather have it safe and not have the Aztec dancers up there jumping around and all of a sudden that guy that's only 5
Disappears.
foot tall anyway, he just gone. That would
Couple
it would
little-
be
Couple
entertaining.
little feathers sticking up above the deck.
It would be entertaining, but not something I would recommend.
You'd be torn.
Either that or the bagpipers be up there and all of a sudden they
One of the dancers goes through the floor, and again, you just see little feathers sticking up above the floor.
Yeah, but blowing all the air out of that bagpipe, that's going to make a bad noise.
Yeah, so we got that. We're still working on bringing in some new stuff with Trail. We'll have, right now it's kind of more background paperwork stuff and getting confirmations in. So as that comes in, we'll let you know.
Yeah, that's getting exciting.
Oh, the whole actually having Cherokee ambassadors here. So people are aware the Cherokee ambassadors are selected by the Cherokee Nation to represent them. So Sonny Ledford, who will be coming up, is one of the Cherokee ambassadors. He was selected by the Cherokee Nation to represent them. So it's not one of those, oh yeah, I've got, 4% Cherokee blood, blah, blah, blah. No, he's full Cherokee, straight off the res, and he's selected specifically to represent his people. So this, I'm very excited. I've known Sonny for a number of years. I met him doing a program where I was the token white guy, which was entertaining. And
Yeah, and
So
you
just
probably
developed
stood
it
head
from
and
there.
shoulders above them too.
oh yeah, they're all short and round, so it's kind of easy.
Well, I know what that's like.
Yeah, well, they're shorter than you and round. I'm gonna get hurt for that one next trip to the res. But great guy, and this is, to me, it's very exciting to have the opportunity to get him up here and to go ahead and present this actual full native perspective on things.
You know, and then we had the belly dancers in last year,
Mm-hmm.
and she's planning an all new demonstration this year
Yeah.
on how they actually came back.
So one of the things that April has last year, she had a problem of context. She forgot to explain what they were doing, and so without that explanation, it was kind of like, wait a minute, what the heck?
Well, she
So-
had a little bit of a lockup every now and then. Too,
Yeah,
once
yeah,
She
first-
figured out that all eyes were on her.
Yeah, first time doing that program, and then since then, I've been in several conversations with her where she was talking about. I wasn't aware of this. Is that starting in like the 1780s or so, there were actually circuses or exotic acts, because we made the Far East exotic, that would come to the colonies. And there in early 1800s, there was actually one that came through this area. So, and they had belly dancers. They had all this different exotic show stuff going on.
And
So this is
all
the
of a
origins of
sudden-
the circus.
And all of a sudden, my mind sees LaSalle sitting there watching belly dancers
It's
underneath this great tree in South Bend.
well, maybe not that early. About 100 and some 200 years later.
Well, yeah, but it's still the thought.
Oh yeah, it's a humorous thought. Well, where's the proof of them? Oh, they sank. It's there in the bottom of the lake.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me, because even if they're not there, they're going to be in one of the swamps that used to be a swamp that now we farm.
No, LaSalle had a ship that actually sank,
I
so
know.
it turned up missing. But anyway,
It was probably loaded with gold and,
furs. It was loaded with furs.
well, good as gold back
You
then.
got- yeah. But anyway, so we got a lot of neat stuff, and then rounding out the year, we'll go into the Christmas program. I'm sure I skipped right over a couple things.
Well, we got the Clockwork Clown coming in.
Oh yeah,
I'm still
She's
excited
cool.
to see a contortionist fold themselves up and get in a little itty bitty box.
Contortionist midget clown that fits into a box. So when the first time I saw her program, another guy my height than I walked up and she knew we were going to do this. We spoke with her ahead of time. Her name's Emerald. We told her, here, we're going to, if it's okay if we do this. And she goes, yeah, but she didn't notify her boyfriend at the time this was going to happen. So two guys, 6'6", walk up once she's in the box, and we grab a handle on either end of the box, pick it up, and walk away. And her boyfriend was very concerned, but he wasn't big enough to face off with the two biggest guys there. So he wasn't sure what the heck to do, and she was giggling inside the box. So, but no, she's got a really neat program that she does, and that's going to be exciting to see that come in. And then, like we said before, the 42nd Pipe Band's back, and I think some of the 42nd Rev Grins are going to be coming around also.
Oh, what?
So Rev Grin, so they're the musket guys with the big bearskin hats and the kilts that sometimes when you see the pipe band, they're there with the pipe band. So neat group of guys. They're out of Lafayette also.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've been to the trail for I don't know how many years, and I don't think I've ever ventured outside of one of the food booths that I was cooking in.
It's like a whole nother world when you walk away from the food booth.
I wouldn't know. I really wouldn't. Last year was the first year, and I didn't have to spend my entire day grilling buffalo burgers. And
We
I was
got
watching,
to deal with heat casualties
and we
instead.
had 8 people with medical problems due to heat. So hopefully this year, maybe it's a little more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Welcome to Indiana.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you don't like the weather today, wait 20 minutes.
It'll change. Well, that's pretty much all I've got for today.
That sounds good to me.
Excited for the 12th so we can get some more of that work done out there, get some people out there with that. And then Redbud coming up is exciting, but we'll deal with that in a later podcast.
And everybody be careful.
Yeah.
Farmers are hitting the fields. We've already had one fatal accident here in
Oh, correct, we did.
Indiana, where everybody nationwide knew it, where those 3 children got killed because they thought it was a tractor coming down the road. And that was, what, 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago?
I don't know.
And we don't need any more accidents.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't like being known as the county that has bus accidents.
yeah.
So watch out for the buses, watch out for the farmers.
And watch out for the storms.
Yeah. Leave 10 minutes earlier. It's always safer.
Sounds good.
Well,
Anyway, that's all I've got. How about you?
sounds good to me.
Cool. Like, share, and subscribe. If you want to hear us talk about something in particular, go ahead, put it in the comments, and we'll go from there. Thanks, guys.
Like, share,